All right. We are live. Trade deadline day, fellas. We are live. It is Monday, August 3rd. Got about 30 minutes left in what's actually been a really entertaining trade deadline. There's been stars traded. And I guess I'm including, deals that were done, last week and stuff like that. Like Scooble obviously didn't get traded today, but I'm including in terms of what we're talking here in terms of a good deadline. So things looking pretty good for the Red Sox, in my opinion. A lot of people didn't exactly love getting Adley Rutschman for a bunch of prospects, but I'm sitting there being like, damn, I will take it. And it's funny, I tweeted it out, and now some Red Sox fans are jumping at my neck, right? But let's see, right here. I said, why does it seem like the same Red Sox fans that complain about us not being like other big market teams, cue the Dodgers and Yankees, trying to get actual big leaguers versus prospect hoarding, are mad because we gave up prospects today. There's some people that are, on board with it, but some people are not liking it. And I'm sitting here being like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Either you want big league names or you want to hoard onto prospects. And honestly, I'm kind of out on prospects. If I hear for another day, oh my God, our prospects, our farm system's so good. Okay, let's get bounced in the first round of the playoffs. Anyways, let me know in the chat, what did you guys think so far? Did your team make any moves in terms of the teams that you are a fan of? But yeah, the Red Sox made a few moves. Obviously, the Mead one for early. They get Rutschman. I don't know much about the guy from the Braves, but I really do like the bullpen arm out of San Francisco. So seems like a decent one. Mr. BC, by the way, guys, drop a W in the chat if you are here early. Jameis Winston will eat those W's. Really do appreciate everyone tuning in here. Hit the like for the trade deadline. We'll react to some trades. Maybe we'll throw together a little parlay, and then we'll sweat some of our action here tonight. In terms of what we have, and I'll get to what I was saying in just a second. What we have right now, I believe our first game is at 8. We don't have a crazy amount of action live right now, just 3 plays, and it kind of rolls into what Mr. BC says. Does some of the money line change after the trades? Yeah, 100%. A lot of the trades that happened today and just recently and stuff are certainly, game result and anything like that changers. But we knew that. If you guys watched all the way through today in my video, I said in the middle, I was like, we're probably going to keep it light. A lot of guys are on the block, like even rolling with, I took the Giants on the money line for plus money. Now you can get a better price because they traded Arias, Elliot Ramos. Like they traded a decent amount of, or especially Arias, I would say. And honestly, just overall. So you sit there and it's like, yeah, that changes their team 100%. But we also took them knowing that they could be sellers at the deadline and stuff like that. So I would say it certainly changes things. I had the Astros, which I don't think that really, they traded Arrieta for Dalton Varsho, right? That's not going to change too much for them. I don't know I doubt he's going to be in the lineup. But something like Arias out from San Francisco, yeah, we have them on the money line. And do I love it as much now? No. But either way, a lot happened. It was pretty crazy. Arias, Brooks, Rayleigh to my team, happy, but anyone has to move on defense. Everyone has to move on defense, yeah. The thing is, Arias is... It's almost like he was so good with the Marlins, right? And then that he was, going to be very good, and he's obviously still very good. But it's just weird that, he kind of flew under the radar in San Francisco. This is a guy that any given year he can win the batting title. He's going to put the ball in play. He doesn't swing and miss much. And now he goes to a team that is already very good, right? But you also needed some sort of consistent offense. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens with the... around the league. It's gonna be kind of interesting. Like Jose Soriano, Gosman, these guys getting moved. It's like, yeah, you figured some guys were gonna get traded, but this has been a very, very entertaining deadline thus far. But all right, let's see. We gotta get to some of this. I feel like we're gonna have a lot to talk about here. Let's give some W shout outs here. We have your boy. We have Womi, who is on the ride of the day streak, number 5 in play. Let's see. I am is here. Fabrice is here. A bunch of people in the chat. Really do appreciate everyone here. Being Max is here. Let's see. Fabrice says, so you're gonna stream every day now? I don't know about every single day, but I've kind of already made the vow to y'all that I will do it when, and I think Mondays and Tuesdays will be like, cornerstones, and those will be very consistent. But we do have a few different weddings to go to this year, traveling and stuff like that. That's going to impact the streams. It's already a grind to get, and then just fully transparent, a grind to get videos out, right? When you are, traveling and stuff like that. So we'll see. But my, what I'm trying to do here, again, my vow is like, to make sure that when I can stream, we stream. Because whether we're just talking trade deadline stuff like now, and in a little bit we'll get into maybe throwing together a play and something like that and sweating out these games, or we're live sweating, or maybe we're just going to go live. Like, I want to stream when and as much as I can. And you guys clearly like it, which, if you do like it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. But yeah, a ton of cool stuff happening in the league today for certain. Anthony says, if the Nats lose, whole paycheck gone. I mean, this is that they were a team that they switched out. They switched their pitcher. Yeah, Andrew Alvarez. So I do like him more than, I don't know much about the other guy that was supposed to start. So I guess that's good in a sense, right? You have Aaron Nola on the other side of things. I mentioned this in today's video. Really struggles against the lefties. Guess what? A bunch of lefties in that Nats lineup. So I don't hate the idea of the Nationals. It's just weird that number is where it is in terms of being plus 130. Like, the way the Phillies have been playing, and granted, they did win 2 games in a row there against Baltimore, but the way they've been playing and just have been playing, you could argue these teams are far closer to, being equals than that number would indicate. Isaac says that I missed the Giants talk. I mean, I just mentioned how I don't like, my moneyline spot as much as I did in a sense, but I'm not going to sit here and act like I hate it or anything like that. Like, I think the Giants obviously selling and getting, honestly, making a few teams better, Yankees, Phillies, all that. But we are on the Giants moneyline tonight, so let's see. Maybe it'll be like one of those, when you trade your good guys. Not that we've all played MLB baseball, but you know what I'm talking about? We've seen it. It's like when a football coach gets fired, and all of a sudden, somehow, some way, it's like, yeah, well, let's rally around it. Let's play better and blah, blah, blah. Maybe, just maybe, that happens here today. Maybe that's something that happens here today with the Giants. Nola under 17.5 outs. I don't mind that. I mean, they did use Miza and Backus, 2 of their longer relief guys yesterday. Alvarado, Sugar, they still have them. Aaron Nola, his last few starts, I mean, he's been kind of struggling to get to that, right? What was his last 2 outs recorded? 16, 17? You have under 17. I mean, yeah, he's only gone over that in, 6 games this year? What about when he's at home? We can kind of look at this together here. When he's at home, this is him this year at home. So I don't hate that. What number are you getting? 16.5, under 17.5. I guess I don't mind it. I mean, they've seemingly not had him pitching all that much at home, huh? Where are his pitch counts at? Is it because he's getting shelled? I mean, he hasn't had he's getting shelled at home. And it is a nice enough day there. I mean, it's warm. I guess there's slight wind blowing in, but it's not like it's crappy weather or anything like that. It's just, low to mid 80s. That's something to think about. I don't necessarily mind it. James Wood going to send Aaron Nola 500 feet first pitch. I mean, if someone's going to do it, it'll be James Wood, a dude that just seems to be like the best leadoff hitter in baseball. And he's got a favorable lefty-righty split today. In fact, let's check him out in the matchup analyzer here, because I do think that, that's probably a fair, yeah, I mean, 74 batter score. Aaron Nola against the rest of the team, I mean, he's kind of middle of the pack. Obviously, he's sliding this way, not all that great, but C.J. Abrams, James Wood, and Ortiz here, actually, weirdly enough, have decent batter scores against them. In fact, if we looked at this from just a Washington perspective, and let's just go to, just for the shits and giggles, hits, those are the 3 names that are, oh crap, what I do here. Those are 3 names that we have good batter scores for. Which, as always, guys, allow me to plug bucketstobucks.com. Should we do it? Should I got to get some water in me. Should we do it and show you guys a little preview of what NFL has in store? I did do it on the stream recently. I previewed it a little bit on my Instagram, but we could go and do something like that and show you kind of what NFL has. We do have this live, by the way, the NFL preview button. You can kind of see what's going on, but I'd like to get in here and maybe show the stream. Maybe in a little bit. Maybe when you hit a light goal, we'll preview it. But a ton of cool stuff that we have ready for NFL, and your boy got ahead of it early and started to build. But check these filters out. We'll talk about that a little later on. Anthony says, yeah, that should be closer to a pick'em with Alvarez, and I agree. I think that Alvarez, see, this hydrogen water is going to, tastes no different. Apparently, it's great for you. I kind of like the idea of the Nets scoring some runs. I mean, Andrew Alvarez definitely is a guy that I like. I think he can get some swing and misses, and obviously this is a Phillies team. Any given day, they'll swing and miss, right? They're third in the league in terms of chase rate. And Andrew Alvarez, not that he's a guy that pitches out of the zone, but he'll get swings and misses, especially with his slider. And, the curve as well that he throws. Kind of like him. We don't have anything in that first game, which we probably should, right? That starts in an hour or so. We'll see. Am I missing anything on the trade deadline? You guys got to keep me honest in the chat here, because now that we're streaming, we may not see any massive deals. Ooh, Foster Griffin being traded? That's weird. Rarely I feel like you see a guy come here and go right away get traded. That's an interesting one. Wonder what the details are. Foster Griffin, where are we at? Foster Griffin. Am I missing it? Oh, here it is. But we don't know the exact deals yet. Why? That is weird, man. That seems like an interesting move, huh? Dude's been very good. Yeah, Heliot Ramos on the Yanks, and Araya has gone from the Giants too to the Phillies, so they clearly were sellers. Steve says, thanks for the picks last night. I didn't have a great night yesterday, but appreciate that. That Foster Griffin one's weird. Do they believe? Because I've been saying all year long, right? Foster Griffin, are they going to get the book on him, right? Like, are we going to learn how to hit him and stuff like that? And he's just been good. But now I sit here and I'm like, why'd Washington say, yeah, we don't need him? I thought that they were trying to build their pitching up. You know what I mean? Which he's been very good. That's an interesting one to me. Yeah, those first 3 unders, I know, and guess what? We did not roll with the ones that we should have rolled with. That's what's unfortunate. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you are watching right now, we will get into some plays. Just kind of want to react to some of this trade stuff, because we only have, 50? I'm looking for my watch. I don't have it on. There's like 18 clocks in front of me. Yeah, 15 minutes left here, so that'll be nice. See how this closes up shop. Foster Griffin's a real weird one for me. Hoffman goes to the Twins. Let's see. What else we got here that I missed since we went live? Sensatella, I think, is a really good get for the Brewers, by the way. Sensatella is very good. I don't know. Footy says the Rangers are a lock with the Giants selling, but I mentioned, that's just, how weird. I wouldn't necessarily say that. Often we see teams, rally around, when everyone's like, oh, man, they sold. They got rid of some of their key guys. And it's like, oh, they go out and demolish. You know what I'm saying? But the Brewers have had a decent enough. The Brewers definitely have had a decent enough deadline here, and Sensatella is just a really good arm that they got. They got another. Who did they just get? The Brewers. See, this is what I'm talking about with this deadline. You forget some of these things because there's already been so many damn things that have happened. Brewers got him, and then there's one other name that I was like, yeah, it's probably a pretty damn good get for them. Where are we at? I don't know. Probably gonna. I'm gonna lose my place. Yeah, weird. Dope says DeGrom invoked his no trade clause, and he says like his quote was, I signed here to win here, and I believe we can win here, something like that. It's like, do you really sit here and think that this team is going to win? I don't know, man. That seems weird. Pesh says, you a goat. Really do appreciate that. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, this deadline has been, outside of your own fandom, right, as you watch this, where do you rank this deadline in terms of just like activity and how exciting it's been? Because this was one where it's like I feel like I'm too like removed now of like, I'm just like scrolling my phone for deadlines, but I was almost doing that today, you know what I mean? Now it's like, okay, well, I'll find out when I find out. You go on Twitter, you'll see it. But a lot, like when I was, way younger and stuff, I'm trying to keep up to date with this, and I was like, wait a second, I'm like nostalgic right now. There's been a lot of stuff going on, and I kind of felt like, what's next? What is next? Finn says this is my first trade deadline experience. Well, I mean, in any sports, they're not usually this active. And when I say this active, I mean names. Arias, Hoffman, Foster Griffin. We saw the Red Sox trade and get Adley Rutschman. We saw Sentitella, and these are I'm just reading right now some names. There's plenty more. Marcel Meyer's out, you know what I mean? A lot of buying teams, and guess what? For them to buy, there's got to be sellers. That's what's crazy, you know what I'm saying? But I guess that is like the point then, right? It's like if teams are sitting here being like, we're buying, then a team might be like, well, we weren't gonna sell, but if you're offering a great price, hell yeah. You know what I mean? Like the Orioles. That Red Sox offer was a really good offer. Really good offer. So they're probably like, yeah, we'll trade you Rutschman right now. Trade you Rutschman. Yeah, Foster Griffin's a crazy one, man. All right, we got 10 minutes left. Lars Nootbaar, another name, traded to the Diamondbacks. I think that's a pretty good get for them, actually. I like seeing these trades come across right away on social media, but I do wish that these beat reporters or even the big names, I wish that they would tell you the exact deal right away. But obviously everyone wants the 1 second not hit piece, but 1 second hitter and get it out there and stuff like that. But don't you sit here and you're like, well, what's the deal? Because before you're maybe a Diamondbacks fan being like, oh, we got Lars Nootbaar, which I'm not saying he's like the creme de la creme, but obviously a good get for them. It's like, well, what'd you give up? You know what I mean? Yeah, Frankie, what's up? Says good get for the D-backs. I definitely think it was. Or is, I guess. Let's see. Jordy says, what's your opinion on the Red Sox trade? So my biggest thing, and my nose is so itchy. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm like going to look like I'm picking my nose here on stream. I'm not. Anyways, now I have to sneeze because I touched my nose too much. The Red Sox moves, I think that the Marcel Meyer trade, Marcel Meyer for Eric Miller is a really good move because I think that guy's actually good. Marcelo Meyer I was kind of like out on. He could field well, whatever. The Adley Rutschman one, I like. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I love it, but I did already, we talked about this earlier in stream, right? I said, why does it seem like Red Sox fans, because everyone's complaining about, oh, we gave up the farm for Rutschman, really? And you can see even a lot of people commenting on my tweet. And I said, why does it feel like Red Sox, the same Red Sox fans complain about not being the big market teams and getting actual big leaguers versus prospects, hoarding? And now they're mad today because we gave up prospects. And then I saw another tweet, I forget who it was, but it was like, I'm a fan of the Red Sox, not a fan of the Sea Dogs. So I like the Rutschman move. One of those prospects probably work out great. And I know a lot of people are down on Adley, but I think he's still got plenty left in the tank. He is often injured, I get it, but come on, man. I mean, he's good. When he's at his peak, he's playing really well. Which you could say a lot about a lot of guys. Dylan says Giants or Rangers. I mean, I already took the Giants, but it was before all the trades. Exactly. Isaac says when you see those tweets, it's like, yeah, we got rid of Arias. Who'd we get? And a lot of the times, it is going to be like prospects and stuff like that. Like very rarely, like, how the Red Sox did trade Connolly Early. I couldn't even think of his name. Connolly Early for Curtis Mead. You don't usually get those like team for team deals, or not, sorry, excuse me, player for player deals like one-on-one like that. So that was kind of cool to see at the very least. But yeah, this deadline has been pretty cool. 8 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. I think I'd put it right around there. Yeah, I don't know too much about Eli White. I mean, I know him, but I don't think that I sit here and say, oh my God, the Red Sox got Eli White, let's go, right? I mean, I know that I think he's better against lefties and righties, but that's kind of like all I got. So yeah, we shall see. I mean, if that's a good guess, then then great. But I'm more excited about the Rutschman and the Eric Miller, the reliever from San Francisco. I think that that's a really good move. Adley can be a low-key finishing piece. Yeah, I mean, he's very good. Like, people that are like, oh, Adley Rutschman, he's like, he's injured and he has had his struggles. Name me one MLB player that hasn't had their slumps. Are the Dodgers going to squeeze by the Cubs, or the Cubs the single ML pick? I mean, I think in my video today, I went back and forth on this one even before recording, but the Dodgers, to me, as bad as they've been playing, it's not like the Cubs have been much more. And I do kind of sit there and think, okay, well, I mean, it's the Dodgers at a really cheap price. I like their bullpen. Their bullpen hasn't been all that great. Again, I'm even trying to give you an answer. I'm a little bit back and forth. I still don't mind the Dodgers at that price, but that's just because I think about how, oh man, like they'll go out there and hit well. You have Matthew Boyd, who's really good against lefties, struggles against righties. Most of the bats in that lineup are going to be righties today. Plus says, Marlins fan, glad we didn't just sell anything. Happy what we got for Hicks. Yeah, and doesn't it kind of feel like, and maybe this is just me being an outsider because I'm not a Marlins fan, it does kind of seem like, selling high on Hicks was an okay move. There's always players like that. I'm not saying he's a perfect fit for this or anything like that, but I do think that there's there's something to be said that even though if you trade a guy that's good, if you trade him at a pretty peak price in a sense in terms of where he's been all year, then you can't necessarily get mad at as a fan and be like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Of course, Dylan. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, the live streams, Frankie says, didn't know we were going to be live today. The live streams have been consistently consistent compared to the past, live, but we don't have a consistent schedule yet. I do think around 6 p.m. Eastern time on Mondays and Tuesdays. That's usually when we have a little bit of free time here. That could be good, but I want to do more and more, obviously. Should we throw in, I mean, we got 5 minutes left. I'm sure some things will trickle in, but I think we could start building some form of a parlay or something that we could just sweat out, because I don't have anything until the Giants game. My plays tonight are the Astros, Giants, and then I also have Taylor Walls under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Which even that game is, what, 840 or something, right? Red Sox deadline day made me put something on them for the World Series, maybe thinking just cash on at some point. Yeah, I mean, they definitely did. Like, that's what and this isn't exactly what you're saying, but it's like this team was so, you could chalk them into not doing anything. Like, that's just what they've been doing. That's the Red Sox lately, right? But they did something. They've done a lot, actually. They got Mead, which is, I mean, I didn't love that deal. And of course, now he goes and hurts his hand, breaks his hand right away. But they make a trade, then they make a trade, then they make a trade, then they make a trade, and who knows, maybe they're not done yet. You know what I mean? So I like that. I like that they said, okay, we're not just going to be mediocre, or we're not going to just accept mediocrity. I know, Jordy, the Griffin one's kind of crazy. All right, guys, throw some plays in the chat. I know a lot of people already have, but we're kind of all over the place. And if there are any big trades that are happening now, right, like within 5 minutes left, we're up to date on Newt Bar, Griffin, all those ones that happened recently. Make sure to let me know in the chat because I'm going to be, getting off this screen. Chris says, fade yourself and take McGreevy over and hits. Actually, the one play that we have close to pulling, and I don't think I'm going to, just because I just couldn't get there, was Yankees team total over potentially. So, Chris, even though I love McGreevy and all that, in my video today I even talked about it, I was like, I don't think this is the best spot for him. I really don't. As much as I am a big McGreevy guy, he, hasn't been as good as he was lately, right? And, I mean, tough because I like him, but he really hasn't, he was not and has not been the same recently. In this Yankees lineup, I think they're going to get going. It's right around this time, or August, starting to get ready. They start to get going. But guys, go ahead before we do get to that parlay. Make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Maybe when we hit 100 likes, we'll dive in and I'll give you guys a little preview of what you can expect from Buckets to Bucks NFL version. I've already teased it a couple different times in a couple different places, Instagram, last stream, all that. But I'm really, really excited for what we have, and I'm biting the bullet for a little bit. We're not going to up the price to start the season. It may, because the data is going to be very expensive to get it from where we end up wanting to getting it. For commercial use and stuff, but nonetheless, hit that like button. We might be able to do a little bit of a preview there for Buckets to Bucks. But let's see what we got here. Rockies on the money line. I liked that, and I talked about it earlier today. I don't know about it all that much. That's why, as weirdly as it was, I was looking in that game. I was like, I think there's legs here, and we ended up going with Taylor Walls under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Sensatella being traded, I think, is a big deal. I think that's their best. Him and Bernardino, I would say, are their two kind of what, if I'm a Rockies fan, I trust, and now Sensatella's not there. That's a big one, but I don't necessarily think that we have, Ian Seymour. I don't think he's going to be all that incredible, and there are some lefties in this lineup that could give him some trouble. So yeah. Also, by the way, Michael Lorenzen does struggle against lefties as well. There's a bunch of lefties in the lineup for Tampa Bay, but I did lean in the direction of the Rockies. I just kind of think that we could see Tampa Bay struggle. Also, to your point, I know I'm like, good, bad, I'm ping-ponging, but we didn't roll with it ourselves, so I don't want to act too confident. But the Rockies did just play in Coors. They swept Kansas City. Tampa Bay is now coming to Coors, so I do get it. Dodgers game under. I mean, with the wind blowing in, I feel like it's still 8, though. I was thinking the thing moved to 7.5. Don't hate that, but we really want to, like we did. I should have mentioned this. This is on me. I would say the games that I want to look at here would be the Washington-Philly game, Cardinals-Yankees game, and Pirates and Brewers game, because those are the earlier games. That's what we'll be sweating out here. FYI. Do we do Yankees? Because I like that already. Do we like their team total over? Do we see them hitting McGreevy today to get their team total over? Let's open up the, let's see. Do we have... Parlay Builder is still obviously in beta right now, but let's see if we can get Yankees team total over at a decent enough price. I guess that could be something that I consider. Like 3.5 for the parlay piece. That could be something. We can put that in there. First 5 on the run line. I don't mind that. And that's the thing. Frankie says, I just wish it wasn't so expensive. I do too. But I don't mind them first 5 ML. Because it's Schlittler. And that's the big thing, right? Like, we're sitting here being like, oh, man, like, Yankees. Yes, they are at home. Mike Greavy is going to have a bunch of, lefties to worry about as well. But at the same time, we take their team total over. We're sitting there. And by the way, McGreevy, if we want to look at his, lefty-righty splits, it is definitely worth noting. As much as I like McGreevy, lefties, righties, right? You look at him at home and away. I mean, it's kind of similar, but I think this Yankees team may be able to hit him today. Lefty-righty splits worry me. Look at all those lefties. Anyways, you take the Yankees team total over like we're thinking about, and you're leaving this guy, the odds-on favorite for the Cy Young, off the board. You know what I mean? Is it raining? I mean, looks like it's cloudy. This update's like every 5 minutes, but I'm not in Philadelphia. So I don't know. Actually, we could probably check a couple different weather sources. That one's more like ballpark-centric. Do you know what I mean? But let's check out the weather. I know it was supposed to be kind of crappy, right? It looks like it's just cloudy now. Yeah, I guess that's up to date. Yankees, Brewers. Yeah, I don't mind the Yankees. I mean, I like the idea of their team total over, though. If I keep circling the wagon or whatever the saying is, I feel like I just got to get to that, because then we can attack that St. Louis bullpen, which hasn't been that great. And guys, I hear you on the Yankees, but they just got rid of, not got rid of, but Bednar, Hedrick pitched. They probably have Cruz. I guess they have Tim Hill. Their bullpen's okay. I don't mind yeah, but if we're doing a parlay, I don't mind paying a little bit of juice. Okay, what if we said Yankees first five? I think I'm gonna stick with Yankees over 3.5. If my and I know we're leaving out Cam Schlittler, but I think that this is kind of where I want to go with it. Just because, I guess realistically, it's just because of those Michael McGreevy, whatchamacallits, lefty righty splits. Wow, my brain just blanked for a second. Pirates lineup, I mean, they made a few moves today too. Anything that was shocking? I'll show you what they have against Sproat. It's right here. If you want to pause it and check that out. Yeah, I think Yankees team total over. Okay. Let's see. No, I actually didn't talk about mini nerfies. I didn't like mini nerfies here today. Even the nerfy predictor, this thing that we've been kind of relying on. The Dodgers and Cubs, the only one that looks good in terms of -115 when we say it's 55% chance. This thing is hit at I think it's 56% this season. So I do think it's somewhat trustworthy, but obviously you want to match up the odds to the implied probability there. And I think this one at 55, and by the way, when I say 50, I think it's 50, actually might be a 58%. Yeah, but either way, it's when things are 55% or more. So this is the only one that I think, at least based on this tool, which I'm not saying that tool is the end all be all. I didn't dig into it much. I think that could be something that's viable today. But I think the Yankees team total over 3.5. I don't necessarily mind that. What do we have? Yeah, if we get something in the Phillies and Nationals, let's get something going there because we could put together a nice little parlay, sweat it out. That's the early game, which that one kicks off in 40 minutes. Yankees team total over. I think that'll be in there. Do we like the Nationals team total over? Like, is that simple? Do you know what I mean? Like, we talked about that already. I don't know if that's something you guys like, but because if we go like Yankees team total over, Nationals team total over, I mean, that's a fun sweat. We're just rooting for what they call offense. And now we're kind of like fading Aaron Nola, which I don't think anyone's saying no to that. Harper bases, okay, I don't mind that. Again, I think Alvarez is kind of a wild card. I think he could pitch somewhat well. And all I'm doing here, by the way, I'm not saying that I like the idea of like Nationals winning or something like that specifically, but I'm down to fade Aaron Nola. In Nationals team total over, we can go 3.5 with the Yankees over 3.5. You're looking at +150 odds. That's just a two-legger right there, too. Like, this does not look all that crazy to me in terms of being able to potentially happen. What does our model have for these? I know the Yankees, we liked them today to score, and then the Nationals at 4.8. So it's 4 runs from each of these squads. At least we kind of like what we're seeing. And the Nationals, it looks like they have the early advantage. Alvarez versus Aaron Nola, I think, is a closer matchup than people think. That's okay. Football, I mean, if you took the Phillies, that's not bad. Ooh, because I don't mind the idea of the Phillies still. I already mentioned this, right? Could we just look at like an alternate total in that game? Mize to the Padres. Did Mize just get traded? That's a good... Casey Mize is one of those true underrated guys in my brain. Wow. Nathaniel Lau to the Guardians. See, these deals may start trickling in. I know it's 6 o'clock, right? But is it Eastern? I don't even know when the actual deadline is. I think it's 6, which it's past that now, Eastern time. That's a good get for the Padres. I mean, I think Chris Bubic going to the Dodgers is a really underrated one. Like, how are they going to have so many pitchers? You know what I'm saying? We're still cooking it up, Jordy. So right now, Right now, I'm thinking it's either so I like the Yankees team total over 3.5. Okay, that's one. I like that. I think that you guys like that. I hope you like that because that one seems like it's one. Now it's either, I would say, over 6.5 for Washington, Philadelphia, or we look at over 3.5 for Washington team total over. What do we like? Because, I mean, if you tell me. What's up, man? Yeah, the Red Sox did the thing today, dude. I like what they did. A lot of people are complaining about it. I think it was a good. I think what they've done is good. I think that move with Meyer to for Eric Miller is also a really good move, like an underrated one that people are gonna be like, oh damn, Eric Miller's good. Washington team total over. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, we're gonna put this to a poll. All right, vote on this. Make my life easy by getting some votes in early. While you're down there, make sure to hit that like button. Hitting that like button helps out what we got going on here. Like I said, when we get to 100 likes, which, I mean, there's almost 200 people in the stands right now with 40 likes. We get to 100. I'll do a little bit of a preview of Buckets to Bucks for NFL, which, we'll get it deeper than we've seen yet, just so you guys know what you're walking into if you do choose to sign up. Okay, looking like the over 6.5. All right, you guys, 20 votes. I mean, we could do better than that, but let's keep it. Okay, over 6.5 will be what we have. Let's go. I mean, honestly, that is, what do we have here? If we throw that in, we're looking at minus 108. I'd probably like one more thing going on, right? I'd probably want one more thing going on. Yeah, we're not putting any of the plays up yet, Sip. We're still discussing what we want here. I'll post it when we get once we're deciding on what we're doing here. I'll post what we have going. But right now it's Yankees team total over 3.5 and Phillies and Nats over 6.5. And guys, we're trying to keep it. I see you, Jorge, saying Astros. We're trying to keep it to the early games so that we could actually sweat them out. So Astros not playing till what, 8-10? By the time they're finished, we probably won't even be live. And I already took, if you're saying you like the Astros, I already took them myself. So I like the Astros as well. You can see it right. Let's see. There it goes. Wow, that was precision. Yeah, I see a lot, guys. I see a bunch of plays in the chat that, I mean, I like the plays, but just for the sake of the live sweat, that's what we're looking at. Now, if we just want to roll what we have, I do not mind it. In fact, I wonder what we can get over on some of these prediction markets. That's an interesting. I kind of like that. I talked about that too, Anthony. He says Bubba's over in walks. Now you're getting 2.5, but if we're going alti lines here for the parlay, we could probably find a 1.5 that we like, right? I'm thinking we could probably find that. Let's see. Let's see. Do we have the alternate? Because the odds are good over on Caesars for that 2-legger. So maybe we keep it there. But let's see. Yeah, and we I literally talked about this like explicitly on my video this morning. I do think that Bubba Chandler has looked a lot better when it comes to his odds and everything like that, right? The thing is, I could also see him struggling against this Brewers squad because just of their lineup. They have a bunch of lefties like Turang, Yelich, Bowers, and he does walk a lot more guys on the left side of the plate. I will say on the road, that's been his real struggle when it comes to, I mean, he struggled at home, but recently on the road as well. And this is a team, by the way, this is the big little piece of the puzzle. Put it up on the screen right here. This is what I liked. This is a team, the Milwaukee Brewers, that do not chase. So they're the best team in the league when it comes to chase. And if Bubba Chandler's not going to get chase, I kind of sit there and I'm like, oof, this might be a good spot for that. You know what I mean? So let's see what we can get. If we can get 1.5, I'm down. If not, I'll probably just end up looking at the alternate line for the Phillies and Nationals, and then we'll just get that Yankees one in there as well. Just to have some fun, guys. I'm really not sitting here telling you guys that, oh my God, this is an amazing look or great play. We're trying to just get a little bit of something going, hence the reason for the live stream and the sweat and stuff. You know what I mean? So let's see if I can get Bubba Chandler for 2+, that I don't mind. If not, I'm not sitting here stressing about it. I only see 2.5. Can I get it elsewhere? I'm not even finding a 2+ for him. Okay, I guess we just roll with that then. This just moved on me, damn it. Wow, in the interim of us going to get in that Phillies and Washington alternate and the Yankees team total, the line moved 10 cents. All right. We'll just where's the next best place for that? Again, Yankees team total. Look, I'll put this up. And then we have, just so we can have it, right here, so it's at least on screen. This is what we have. We're trying to get the best odds now because, and that's not the odds, by the way. Boom. We just got screwed because we were slow to the punch. Slow to the punch. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Let's see if DK has it, which it looks like that might be the next best place to put this. I think that do they have 1+ walk markets? Yeah, Miz the Padres, I think that's a really good get. He's one of those guys that a lot of people, I mean, if you watch my videos, you know that he's good because we talk him up all the time, but he's one of those guys that's like, oh, wait, when did this guy become really, really good? And it's like, oh, yeah, Casey Mize, he's been really good. He's a really, really, really underrated pitcher. I don't even know how. Like, how is he underrated? You know what I mean? Like, people should know that he's good. How can the Giants win tonight when the Rangers are way better? Well, I would say one thing. Yes, the Giants did trade a bunch of their guys, but I would definitely pump the brakes on the Rangers are way better. That's not I don't think the Rangers are that good of a team. Let's see. Walks allowed. Where are we at? Walks. Bubba at 2. Oh, you have to go 2 or fewer. We can't do walks plus. Okay. Shout out to Chris. Only 60 likes. He says, what are we doing? Show this man some respect for dropping the knowledge continuously. Oh, and go Cubs go. Hey, appreciate your $5. Really, really do appreciate it. Shout out to Chris. And like you said, listen to the man. Hit that damn like button. Hit that damn like button. Are we not going to be able to get Bubba Chandler more than 2+ walks? All right, I just did this one. Just used a boost that DK gave me too. So we got this at plus 108. If you guys like that, go ahead and tail it if you want. I don't know if I'm going to sit here and act like that's the best thing that we've ever crafted up, and we weren't really running out of time. I just stressed about that one and had to get it in. We weren't even really running out of time before the game started, but this is now what we have right now. Joe says, haven't been tuning in and locking in. I can't prove you work for FanDuel. Yeah. Hey, I wish I worked for FanDuel. Anyone that uses that as an argument, I know a lot of people in the comments and guppies and stuff would be like, oh, these guys clearly are paid by the books. It's like, we wouldn't have a brand called Fade Me if we were working for them. I guess I shouldn't say I wish I worked for them, but. Also, hey, by the luck of it, we're having a positive MLB season. So if that's going to be the case, it doesn't make much sense, right? Francisco says, what's the percentage of all the favorites winning same day? I mean, that just like broke my brain. I don't know. What's the percentage? Like, what's the chance that it'll happen? Like, almost probably zero. Just because there's always, I mean, and this is not backed by any data, FYI, but it just seems like there's always some random underdog that wins. You know what I mean? Like, it's very rare that I feel like favorites sweep the board, but it's happened before. It's also not the craziest thing. Credit, we just put in an alternate of the over 6.5, so I don't know if the chat's going to love the idea of the under 9. I don't mind it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I mind it, but I think that these, especially Aaron Nola, could have some struggles. Same thing with Alvarez, even though he might get some whiffs. Yeah, I don't mind that, actually. Hi says, why didn't we add Brewers team total over 2.5 to boost it? Yeah, I don't mind that. I mean, I already put this in, so I feel like I'm just going to sit on it now. No one clip that. But yeah, I do not mind the idea of that. Like, if you want to get something to get a little bit more, you know, for the action, for these early action, I would say that could be a good move. It's Guy Boston's world. We're just in it. Hey, it's our world, man. You guys realize you never hear me talk about like I always say the community or it takes two to tango and stuff. I'm really not one to feel like we're, you know, it's Guy Boston's world and we're just in it. I honestly think even Joe just being in the chat for 2 seconds here saying something, boom, it's our world. Yeah, the Dodgers, I mean, if I'm a Dodgers fan right now, and this is Wavy says I like the Dodgers today, I'm sitting there and I'm kind of like, this team might be vibing, right? They get Skubal, they get Bubik, they're getting moves. Like, this team is doing exactly what you think. Same thing with the Yankees, right? It's like, oh, here we go. I don't mind the Dodgers. I think that this could, and I know that's a stupid thing to, oh, they must be vibing. It's like, dude, this team is so good. All they need is kind of a change, a turn of the dial a little bit, and boom, they could, and when we say they've been struggling, it's like they're still one of the best teams, if not the best team in the league. You know what I mean? Let's see. The Dubious says, wouldn't it make sense to parlay an individual outcome rather than bringing in an additional risk from a separate game? I mean, you could, if you're talking about like correlated plays and stuff, that could totally be valid, but I also don't think that that could mean that if you were wrong about one thing, it could kill the entire thing. So, I mean, I get it, but also we're not, I mean, this right here, I'm not going to lie, like, this is not built to make the most sense. This is so that we can have a little bit of the heart rate bumping while we watch these games. But I'm not a big parlayer in the sense of like even on the, we showed this, right? Even on our season, where are we at here? We've had, so same game parlays, we've placed 5 of them. This is in terms of like our official YouTube plays, right? And then we've had 8 parlays this season, SGP and parlays. So it's like, I'm not really the biggest of, you know, like I like single bets and I think that is kind of the tortoise and the hare. But when we're doing this, I mean, hell, having some fun. But if you feel real confident, like say how we do like the idea of the Nats and the Phillies over and stuff like that, then yes, that could be a time in which you say, okay, well, screw it. I'm going to look into this, look at some of the best matchups on the board, and maybe we do look at some of these guys, because if the Phillies or the Nats are going to score runs, who is it that is going to be, who's it going to be scoring, right? And I'm sure that's what Dubious is saying. It's like, you know, the correlation, which a lot of there's still, like, I know it's getting, or it has been different in the past and stuff, but there's still a ton of hold when you do throw some correlated plays in there, but you can definitely find some value in that. What's my favorite trade so far? I think one of the more underrated ones that actually moves the needle, and I probably on an island with this one, is Chris Bubik going to the Dodgers. He's a pitcher that was really good. Obviously, he's injured now. Royals kind of stink. Maybe the juice isn't there for him. But, man, I mean, I think he's very good. Still has a ton of promise. And they get him. They get Skubal. This pitching staff is incredible. We already know they have such a good lineup. One of the more expected ones, I would say, if I'm going favorite trade, is that one. And I just mean favorite because, like, I guess me trying to be unique, not giving an obvious one. I would say that Foster Griffin trade is like kind of shocking. Like I'm I don't know, maybe I'm missing something, but for him to just come here, right, come over, then go and get traded that same year just seems kind of like, huh? You know what I mean? Like, did I miss something? Like, he hadn't pitched in the bigs for, what, 4 years? Comes back over, is dealing, for all intents and purposes, he's dealing, and then gets traded. And into the Guardians, like, what are the Guardians trying to do here? I mean, I do like some of their pitching, so maybe they're trying to build a really good arsenal. But, I mean, I would think the Guardians are trying to beef up their offense, honestly. Guardians is Frankie, is where he got traded. It's, like, weird. And then the deal was, do we even have the official deal yet? Foster Griffin for Dion Hartle, Verguez, and Nick Mitchell. Yeah, I mean, see, it's weird. Very weird. All right, guys, one last little plea. Like button. Subscribe button if you are new. Really do appreciate everyone in here, but we have way more people in here than we've seen that like button. Jolton says, Guy Boston, your channel is dope. I check you every day, bro. Really do appreciate that. I really do. And yes, the Dodgers are the new evil empire. They've been kind of like an evil team, right? It's like because the Dodgers like aren't like an unlikable, like they're not like the Yankees where it's like evil, right? But they spend so much money and they get all of these guys from overseas and they pay them the big bucks. And it's like, gosh, at some point that you just hate that. Yeah, if you don't hit the like button, you are a guppy. I agree with that. And guess what? Don't be a guppy. Come on now. Who's my favorite player of all time? I was a big I really liked Trot Nixon growing up. I don't want to sit here and be like, that's my favorite player of all time, but Trot Nixon, jersey getting dirty, helmet always gross. Oh, that was like, geez, that was like, I love that. So that's probably, I mean, his nickname was what, the Dirt Dog. Come on, how do you not love that? Caleb says, can we see NFL and how to use it? I said once we get to 100 likes, I'll give a little bit of Buckets to Bucks preview of NFL. It's still a beta version, like you guys aren't able to access it or anything like that, but we do have some stuff to show. So let's see, we need to get, 10 more likes or so. Who is everyone in the chat's favorite player of all time? That's a really tough question for baseball for me, because baseball, I don't like, it's not like the stars that I like, right? I mean, I'm never really like the star guy in all sports. I kind of like the underdog in a sense where it's like, yeah, Trot Nixon was obviously really good, but he was not everyone's favorite player. Like, you're never going to catch me being like, oh, LeBron James is my favorite player. I know a lot of people are in that boat. I'm not ragging on that. But it's just like, I feel like I always try and get a little bit more creative. And that might be like a psycho tendency or something. I get it. David Wright's a good answer. David Ortiz, yeah, he's up there for me, obviously. Broken's going with the Rockies. I'm wishing you luck. Ozzie Smith doing a little flip out there. Okay, Ricky Henderson, that's a good one. Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter, see, that's like as much as the Red Sox and Yankees rivalry is, what it is and definitely what it was, Derek Jeter was always a likable guy to me. Like, he's always the guy that's like, damn, that's the type of guy you want leading your team. Chipper Jones, I loved Chipper Jones' dream run. That's a good one. Edgar Martinez. Wow, these see, like, when's the last time you thought about Chipper Jones? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just love that. That's why this is, like, I bet when I said Trot Nixon, everyone was like, I did not see that coming. Yeah, Broken, we're going to do more and more live, but we hope to, because I'd like to do some primetime games, Thursday Night Football, Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, that type of thing too. Gyro, I'm going to go with Jero. Says, did the Dodgers come through tonight? I think the chat likes the Dodgers. I've seen a couple people say Cubs, but I think I've seen more Dodgers here in the chat than that. Clayton Kershaw, yeah, I mean, Clayton Kershaw was so fun to watch. Joey Gallo, that's a sneaky one. Roberto Clemente. I think Scooble is pitching, or he's at least listed as he's pitching tomorrow. Randy Johnson, talk about electricity. You could literally be throwing names at me all day and I'm having fun doing it. You know what I mean? That's the true sports nerd in me. All right, we did get it. We got to 100 likes. So let's go ahead and preview a little bit of NFL. Now, like I said, it's going to be a brief preview, so we'll probably take a couple minutes in doing it, and there's still so much to come. But as of right now, we do actually have some stuff built where I think it's actually a decent enough spot to show you guys. So schedule page is obvious. I want to have some drop downs here that, just like when we get to the MLB, you hit this drop down and you get a ton of information, almost like you don't even need the rest of the site. But if you do, you can get deep in there. But say we want to look at, let's just look at the Bengals. We'll have some fun with it, right? Bengals, you're going to have a, what I guess we've seen for a while, kind of what it looks like from our other pages. But there's just been a ton more detail. Like, we're going to fill up this space, but we have injury reports, you have team rankings, obviously the odds, filters. I think we have some really cool filters already. For example, where else can you say, hey, how do the Bengals play when they face a pressure rate of, let's see, who's the team that they're playing right here? Pressure, it's somewhere here. Pressure, 34%, right? Okay, well, when they face a team that is a 30+% pressure rate, how do they do? Yikes, not so great. Boom. And we know that, right? The Bengals can't protect Joe Burrow to save their life, but stuff like that's really cool. Sacks per game, red zone percentage filters, right? You can look at obviously postseason, regular season, home, away. You can look at this season only because we do have stuff dating back to, I believe when this goes live, we'll have 2024 data in here as well. So I think that'll be pretty damn cool. You can filter, you can switch back and forth Tampa Bay, offense and Cincy defense, Cincy offense, Tampa Bay defense, DVOA numbers, coverage, the defense they're playing. Do they play a lot of man? Do they play a lot of zone? Do they pass rush in terms of their EPA per, zone and man? All that. Rushing, really cool. Man duo, outside, inside. A ton of data around that. Let's see. Game totals is very similar, but you know what I want to do? Let me pull up a player prop page. And we'll see how this looks. This may not be ready to be shown, but you know what? We're here live. You guys hit 100 likes. Screw it. All right. Very similar, but you do have all that DVOA stuff. But like, for example, clean pocket percentage, I think is something that a lot of people overlook, right? How does Joe Burrow do when he has a 69, nice, or more % clean pocket percentage, right? Let's see, are these built yet? 70 or more? Joe Burrow kind of slings it, right? All that type of stuff. A lot of cool stuff here already built in. Clickable box scores. I don't think that we have that live. Actually, on the money line, we do. So check this out. Box scores that are more detailed than any box scores we've had in any other sports. So just comes some cool stuff. I think Buckets to Bucks NFL is going to be real cool because, guys, this is what we have before the damn season. So definitely go ahead and check it out. I'll put the link down below in the chat. I told you I'm gonna eat the cost at the beginning. We're not going to up the price. It probably will up a couple bucks because the NFL is really expensive to build, and I'm sure you guys can imagine that. But hey, man. And it won't go up that much, by the way. I made a pretty unique video over on my Instagram explaining why. So if you guys want to follow me here too, you guys can do it. Ev picks with a Z. But this video right here, I don't think many people saw it. But I literally talked about why Buckets to Bucks, or how we kind of operate it. Right now, technically, Guy Boston is funding Buckets to Bucks. And when we up the price, it's to cover our cost. It's not to go and money grab. Like, I think a lot of people, I mean, as you can probably imagine, building a site or something like that, yeah, it actually ends up accruing a lot of cost. And there'll be more, I think. And yeah, Chris says he's in at the $9.99. That's what's awesome. And we always say that. As much as I'm like, oh, we might up the price, whatever price you get in at, you get locked in at, as long as you keep it, active. But anyways, yeah, the early look, yeah, of course, I think that I trust it because we built it, but I think this is going to get better and better and better and better, man. I should say, like, I know that this tool is going to get better and better and better. Big Homie says, what's the best play tonight? With all these trade deadline moves and stuff like that, I don't know if I really have a best. I like the Astros. I don't mind them. Do I like Christian Javier pitching? Probably not. But I took the Astros on the money line. We got a nice price at -120. Giants I took before all the trades. Taylor Walls is actually an interesting one. Under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. So I don't mind that either. Caleb says, do you think the Tampa Bay is going to win with how little they've been scoring? I mean, this Rockies team does stink. I did lean Rockies in the video, but that's ended up being why I got to Taylor Walls. I was like, okay, I think Tampa Bay coming into Coors, right? And remember, they just played in Chicago. No, they just played in Tampa Bay indoors. Then they go to Coors. I just rhymed. I'm spitting bars right now. I can't see them going out there and absolutely just rocking Lorenzen. As bad as Lorenzen is, I could see him at least being good enough to maybe keep them in this. So I got really, really nitty gritty and just faded Taylor Walls because, like, if we look at the players in this game, right? If we get rid of this and just look at Tampa Bay, actually we can look at everything, but for both teams. But we go, who had the worst batter score? Mickey Moniak, Ezekiel Tovar. Okay, if we wanted to look at just Tampa Bay, Taylor Walls just a 52. The more and more I dug into him, the more and more I liked the fact that he's, one, been really cold. He's been very bad against righties, worse against lefties, but again, it is what it is. But this is the pitch mix. Like, geez, this pitch mix looks pretty damn ugly. And him in the matchup analyzer, which obviously we kind of just did this in the reverse order, but, you know, nothing really looks like it's great, including that pitch mix specifically. And there's wind blowing in as well. So slight lean here, or not a lean play. It's a half unit play. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's the best in the world or anything like that. Do I think the Giants will be fine with the trades? I don't know. I mean, is it bad to say I don't know? Like, I don't think that I think I liked them more this morning than they are now. But someone said in the chat earlier, like, oh man, like this Texas team is really good. I do not think Texas is really good. I certainly don't think that. And Cal Quantrill stinks. So it's like, hey, Logan Webb still is better than Cal Quantrill. Call me crazy. Yeah, I almost pulled the trigger on Diamondbacks. I mean, Yankees team total over 4.5 and Diamondbacks were two plays that were right there for me. I don't think we're going to get it down. I really don't. Just because this Padres team has been playing well, and so have the Diamondbacks, though, right? But either way. Y'all ready for NFL? I mean, man, I am excited. We're going to have so much going on, too, which is cool. Like, Tassos and I are already starting to build out, or we're talking in terms of how we're going to do H to H this year and everything like that, which, if you guys are not aware of what H to H is, you're definitely missing out. That's real fun. It's a show in which me and him go back and forth, and we spin a wheel to decide the plays. It's going to be a lot cooler. Let me know in the comments or in the chat here, did you guys watch H to H? Have you watched it in the past? Because if you haven't, you've missed out. But we're going to bring it to you hard this year. Tassos is back now. He just got back. We still have to talk about what his schedule is going to be and stuff, but Tassos will be back. You'll see him soon. Because Tassos does college football for the channel as well. He does a lot of things for the channel, but in terms of content. Let's see. Are we done? Did we see any other trades come across late? Probably not, right? Emmett Sheehan to AAA. Wow, now I feel kind of smart about talking about how much he stinks. That was a good get for the Diamondbacks, man. Lars Nootbaar for Daniel Egan, Sandro Santana. Mitch Keller going on the IL. Kirby Yates go to the Pirates. That's an interesting one. They also got Lake Bacher. Nothing too crazy here as the deadline came to an end. That Casey Mize one being the last sort of like, what the hell? Yeah, the Red Sox got a good... I mean, the Red Sox did give up a lot. They gave up like two of their top prospects, including one pitcher that is like their best pitching prospect. But man, if I have to say prospect one more time, this Red Sox team has been what it is for a while now. And it's like, I don't give a damn about your prospects. Give me a real big leaguer. And they did that. They did that. And I hate to keep bringing it up. I know we got new people in the chat and stuff like that, but still, right here, like I tweeted this out. Why does it seem like the same Red Sox fans are complaining about us not being like other markets, Yankees, Dodgers, right? And then when we do actually get a big leaguer, instead of hanging on to our prospects, they're mad we gave up prospects. There's a bunch of dweebs in the comment section here that are like, oh, well, it's who they got him up for and blah, blah. It's like, no, it's not. Adley Rushman's a good player. I don't care that he's injured and all that. He's still very good. Hunter Goodwin would have been nice. That being said, I'm always hesitant about pulling the trigger on some of these, Rockies players. I am. But I do think that the Red Sox, it felt like they were working on like one more thing. And then it ended up being what it was. Now, I'm not going to sit here and be like, it's bad. Like, I'm pretty satisfied with this Red Sox deadline. But I did feel like there was something more coming in a sense. It's pouring out right now. But all right, yeah, let me know what you guys. Okay, we got a bunch of new people probably in the chat now. Phillies, Washington, Yankees, Cards, Pittsburgh Brewers, any of these, pre 8 p.m. games. What are you guys rolling with? Jeez, it's coming down. I hope I don't lose much. Let's see. Doobie says, do you do a deep dive into your losses and what are some things you've learned? We've done that on the channel before. I didn't do it last year, but I do think that that's really like, this is going to sound corny, but I think that that's valuable stuff to do. And not necessarily just on the channel. Like I'm saying for anyone doing that type of a thing, which is like going back and if you're not tracking your plays, you're already behind the 8 ball. You should be tracking everything you're doing, not just kind of getting a vibe of what you're doing. So that's, what I would say number one. But honestly, number two, tracking it, being able to look back at the end of the year or even like, during an all-star break or something like that and see like if we sucked at first 3 unders and I'm throwing them out there like they're, Oprah giving out discounts to people in the audience and gifts, then that'd be really dumb of me. But we are positive on first threes, and we do keep doing them because we feel like we have a good little, call it a formula feel for it. So if you are taking it somewhat seriously, I think that 1, tracking, and 2, reflecting and looking back for sure. But so I do that. We haven't done it on the channel in probably a year and a half or so. Damn, SG says he had a 9-leg Friday. What did that pay out? Holy crap. That's ridiculous. I forgot that we got to post that we are live. Shout out to you guys that are in here just by, not happenstance, but shout out to you guys for jumping in. We did not even tweet or anything like that. Probably gonna have to check on the dog soon. I heard a little bit of a bark. That one bark usually leads to another. Wow. 5 to win almost 9. That's at 900. That is ridiculous. Good for you, man. That is crazy. WSG in the chat, man. That is a big hit. 9-leg is crazy. I mean, I'll call you a psycho right now, but hey, how psycho can it be? All right, do we have this game going? Nope, it is 6:41, but nothing yet. Rays, Astros, Yankees parlay. The Rays are going to Coors. That's the only thing that I think is a little dicey about that. Yankees and Astros, I like both. I mean, I do really. Wow, it just got so sunny after that rain. I lost my train of thought. Astros, I do like. Yes, that's what I was saying. Boston Teddy says I got a 7-leg. Can I give it out? Go right ahead. Colorado plus 3.5. I mean, yeah, I mean, if that's in some sort of parlay, I don't mind it. OG says, I've learned to stay away from public favorites, and with it being this late in the season, it's easier for me to understand the patterns with players given stats available. Yeah, I mean, the more data, like even on something, and this is not even me promoting buckets to bucks, but this page right here with all of this data, the more data, the more sort of possibilities. Now, whether you're using buckets to buck, which I highly recommend it because it's the best and most affordable out there for what you're getting. We could easily be charging more, and I think it's the best. So yes, bucketsbucks.com. I said I wasn't going to promote it, and I did. I can't help it. But if you're using any, like if you are good at consuming data, which is obviously a big piece of this puzzle, then the more data you have, the better. The one thing I will say, and I think a lot of people think this a lot, and I'm not saying, OG in the chat is wrong by saying this at all, but where someone's sourcing where the money is or where the handle is and stuff like that can sometimes be misleading. Like if it's something like DraftKings posting, and this is, I don't talk about this that often because this is like even beyond what I do, right, as originating game. If you're thinking about, okay, well, the DraftKings is posting their splits, or you have the percentage of bets, percents of handle, it's not like DraftKings is a sharp book or anything, right? So now you're just seeing what recreational books are showing you. And yes, that still is public and stuff like that, but if you're seeing like the mismatch and everything like that, it's not always going to be the most followable, data, because it's not like you're looking at it from Pinnacle or something like that. But I'm not, again, that's not directly related to what OG said in the chat. Have you locked in your final plays yet? Yeah, Chris, I think this is what I got. Taylor Walls, under. Giants, money line. Astros, money line. And then we have this parlay that we have here. It's just the deadline. I'm not saying this in a negative way by any means, but the deadline obviously brings a lot of head scratching into the equation. And I talked about it in the video today. I was like, if you're realizing why you're seeing 0.5 unit plays and stuff like that, it's because there's a lot going on. And I don't like the slate to begin with, in a sense. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to sit here and do anything too wild. It's like there's a lot of things telling us that maybe just have some fun tonight. We don't have to go crazy. All right, this this Nationals and, man, my brain is fried. Nationals and Phil's game is kicking off here. Aaron Nola is through one batter already. He got through James Wood. I know we talked. Who said in the chat earlier that that's going to be a first pitch home run? That'd be nice, but it wasn't. Yeah, Phillies had a good deadline. I think the biggest winner is the Dodgers, though, as sad as that is. Chris Bubic, Tarek Skubal, like, come on, man. And it is, the rich gets richer, but it's kind of what it is. Like, just is what it is. Let's make this bread, he says. Let's go. Boom. Boom. Ortiz, dinger to start things off right after we said that. Let's go. Let's get it. That's a good start. 1-0 Nats. Aaron Nola, he's shaking his head. Dude, you've pitched like 4 pitches. Tough look to start things off. That was launched, too. I mean, this is the only game right now. We could probably get this one looking a little bit bigger, right? Let's make sure that we have this for when we need it. Honestly, there was a pretty split action between Phillies and Nationals in the chat here earlier. What did everyone end up rolling with? I know that we have the alt over right here, which that's nice. Now we're on pace for 18 runs now. We got one in the first half of the first inning. Love to see it. Oh, I'm terrible at viewing things off the bat, but Tenya looks like he just hit one out too, but he didn't. Now CJ Abrams is up. This is probably the bat that I thought was like one of the best bats in the Nats lineup against Aaron Nola. Pitch mix, lefty, righty splits, all that jazz. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, he hit that deep. CJ Abrams, can we go back to out to back? Oh, blew it by him. Aaron Nola used to be so good. Like, Aaron Nola was good too, but he's bad right now. Rodrigo says MLB is now called Who's Going to Beat the Dodgers in the Playoffs. It's hard to argue that, man. It really, really is. Like, who's sitting here being like, oh, no, they're not that good? I mean, and you know what sucks? And it really does suck, and especially me saying this as a Red Sox fan. Who's going to beat the Dodgers? It's like, oh, maybe the Yankees have the chance. And it's like, screw that, man. And honestly, the Yankees aren't even, like, the Yankees are what, the 5th best record in baseball, but they probably have an easier path to the World Series than a lot of teams because the Dodgers are in the NL. All right, 1 run in the top of the first ain't that bad. Hopefully no one had the Nerfy. I mean, Schlittler has been good enough to earn that right, I would think. AL Cy Young, Timmy. Jose Soriano, huh? That's a good get. But it's weird that the Blue Jays give up Gosman to bring in another pitcher. Usually you're seeing teams like kind of beef up their pitching staff or their bats and then trading Varsho, right? So you got Arrieta. A weird one. Yeah, honestly, one sheet says my Braves about to make some noise. Like, honestly, yeah, if we see the Braves get healthy, which they're working in that direction, right, then I don't hate that whatsoever. Yeah, the White Sox, crazy that the White Sox actually are good. But they're really, so the White Sox for me are way too hit or miss in terms of their lineup, which, pun intended, I guess, on hit or miss. But when you think about it, in a 5-game, 7-game, any series, that inconsistency is tough, man. Timmy says, we kept Springer. Rogers, Helen Keller could hear the Rogers Center after his home run last year. I saw a commercial for Omaha Steaks. Oh, good to go for a steak so hard right now. White Sox offense, I do agree, it's real good, but man, oh man. Tiffany says the Red Sox winning the World Series. They made some moves here. All right, Trey Turner's up. Andrew Alvarez, first pitch of the game for him. Let's see some runs. Boston says Nola's going to finish with 8 Ks. The White Sox offense has been very consistent. Larry, I don't agree with that. White Sox are a team that I feel like literally every single night you're like, are they going to score a lot, or are they going to not score a lot, or are they going to score a lot? And even this, just 20 games, right? It's like literally all or nothing. Even looking at this entire season, you could argue consistency, 4.8, sure, right? But it's like go from 22 runs within a week, score 1 run, 15, 3. That's inconsistency, my man. I'm not, and by the way, if you're confusing it with me being like it's a bad offense or something like that, I'm not, that's definitely not what I'm saying. So I think that's important to know. Like, just because I think that they have ups and downs, it doesn't mean they're a bad offense, but consistent is not exactly, like, they've scored 0 runs just as many times they've scored 10 runs in a sense. But I think that they are a, if the minute they get hot, man, that and again, like we started talking about the White Sox because of their pitching, right? It's a legitimate team. Like, if Davis Martin snaps back, if we see Sean Burke continue to do what he's doing, then hell yeah. Yeah, it'll probably be a National League team. The AL is not very. I mean, and the Red Sox, the team that I root for, they're in the AL. I'm not going to sit here and tell you the AL is very good. The Braves, the Cubs, the Dodgers, the Brewers, all teams that I think are better than maybe anyone but the Yankees at their peak. And the funny thing is, the Yankees are worse than, those teams on any given night. The Brewers have the best record in baseball right now, right? All right, come on. I don't love the idea of Alvarez going out there and just shoving. So let's see potentially some offense here, huh? Schwarber almost laced one down the line. Oh, ball girl made a great play. Shout out to her. And she gave the ball to a kid. 10 out of 10 play all the way around. I do think the Brewers are the type of team that they just fade. I mean, now they got Sense Dowling. It's a great bullpen arm. Schwarber just struck out. Didn't someone say they needed Schwarber? Did I miss that or did I see that? Who needed Schwarber to strike out in their first at bat? I swear I saw that, but maybe I'm making it up. I don't even see it. You picked an over with the Nats losing 2 big bats. I mean, we picked an alternate line over for some fun on the stream, and yes, they now have 1 run after 3 outs. I don't feel bad about us picking that over. And they still have Woods. They still have Abrams. I feel okay about it, man. I guess that's fair, Larry. I think the variance between what the White Sox do just seems, and again, I'm not like, I mean, I just used the brief data there, but I would just say it seems like you can never count on the White Sox offense. Whereas the Dodgers, maybe it's just because they're more known names, and yeah, I'm sitting there being like, yeah, they're more consistent. But the Dodgers also, I think, are a good example by you because it's like, yeah, I'm saying how good they are, but they've been pretty bad for plenty of the season, all things considered. I don't mind the Diamondbacks. I hate using that word lock, though, but I think that, Brandon Pfaadt's pitching really, really well. And I don't mind them at home. I think that's fair to say. All right, Aaron Nola, our guy, is coming back out there. Alvarez, did Alvarez just, did he strike out the side? No, what did Turner do? I don't even remember what Turner did. Tiffany says, I think you'd be giving me luck today. Hopefully, I hopefully am giving you luck. You know what will give everyone luck, though? Is if you hit the like button. Because like sounds like luck. It's simple as that. So hit that like button. If you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. We are here live, a few times a week. We post videos every single day over on the Guy Boston channel, which is the channel you're watching this on right now. See, this is, so everyone's complaining on the Red Sox side of things. Oh, they gave up so much. Rutschman, Mead, Miller, I think, is a sneaky one. These two, sure. I mean, I don't know much about Eli White or Gutierrez, really. But Connolly Early is the only one that I'm sitting here being like, oh, man, we gave him up. Aosan and Witherspoon, sure. We gave up some prospects. But this is a win in my brain. In my brain, at least. And I guess when I say win, I mean like they did something. Yeah, that's funny. SG says I should do like an all one, I guess, one location type play, or even all Jake names. Hey, that's kind of fun. I can't deny that. Here we go. Let's get some more runs here. Starting it off with a nice little ground ball through the gap to right field. Base runner on. Ruiz is on base. That just took a bad bounce. Got kind of lucky there. I could feel Lyle swing through the freaking screen there. Holy crap. Ooh, close one. He's challenging. I don't know if you're going to win that one, sir. I do not know if you're going to win that one. That was an early challenge, too. It looked like it was close, but are we not going to... This is the slowest challenge ever. What's he saying? I don't know what's going on in this game right now. So it was a successful challenge, but they barely showed it. I don't know. That was weird. D. Valdez says, you think Philly and Washington go over under 9? I mean, I lean in the direction of the over. We did take the alternate at 6.5 for just something to sweat here. Given the fact that we've seen 1 inning, 1 run, I don't mind the idea of an over still. I think Nola and Alvarez both can get into trouble, and that Nationals bullpen, like you always can count on them to do something a little crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah, Dry says, I have Nola under 17.5 outs. What do you think? I actually did like that. We talked about that real briefly here because look at Nola, and I'm not saying, everything trends in this direction and stuff like that, but damn, dude, look at Nola when he is at home. I mean, look at him just in general, but how about this at home? 1 game he went up and over, and that was against the Mets here, right? And he didn't even pitch all that great. They just left him out there. So it's kind of an interesting line, I guess. So if you got a good number for that, I do not mind it. Yankees, Dodgers, Astros, Rays. The Rays I'm still a little hesitant on. But I already took the Astros myself, so I can't deny that part of that. Come on, let's get some runs here. Ask and you shall receive. 2-run blast, 3-0 Washington. Lyle puts one in out of the building. Sheesh. Aaron Nola. Kaysen says I took the Phillies. GG. I wouldn't necessarily say GG yet. Nationals bullpen is not all that great. And Alvarez, as much as I like him to get strikeouts and stuff, I think this Phillies team is well capable of hitting him to some degree. But now I am feeling kind of silly that we pivoted. This is on you, chat, that we pivoted to the over 6.5 when we could have just been over 3.5 for the Nationals. For better odds, by the way. But I agree. It was probably a little bit more fun going with the game 6.5. Plus 131. Yeah, hey, it's the second inning, a lot can happen. Like I already mentioned, this bullpen for the Nationals ain't all that great, right? But this is definitely a good spot, good start for the Nats. I don't think anyone's denying that bad boy. I literally said, let's see some runs here. Boom, off the bat. That was kind of crazy. Chris says 7-leg, Phillies, Yankees, Brewers, Giants, Dodgers, Houston, Arizona. My eyes hurt reading all that. Okay, KV. We think Abrams I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Abrams is the guy that I liked. Yeah, Pirates Brewers is tough. I think the Brewers are the better squad, but I'm not a big Brandon Sproat guy. And Bubba Chandler has like a pretty damn high ceiling when he pitches well. That's a tough one. In this one, USA? Do you know what your record is in the season? Yeah, we just looked at this earlier. Overall this season, which just, guys, by the way, it's always there. GuyBostonSports.com/results. 344 and 278 overall. And then it's broken out on that site. Well, that's in terms of like what our YouTube plays. If I'm out, with my buddies or something like that and we place a play, I don't track that towards what you guys end up seeing. It's probably better that I don't. They're hitting Nola, man. Like, I've seen some foul balls and stuff hit pretty good. Full game 8.5 for this one? I mean, with 3 runs already on the board and it's not even out of the second inning yet? Wait a second. Oh, warning track. Wow, I thought that we were about to see another one. Who's in right field? Is it De La? Yeah, for right, De La Cruz is getting some action out there, man. Like, even a couple of these outs, it was, who was it at the beginning of the game? Tanya hit one out to the gap there. We just saw Vivas do it. Like, even when they're getting these outs, they're hitting the ball up in the air. But I've seen that. I wonder if he's waiting on that knuckle curve, because I've seen him get some swings and misses, man, already. Vladdy home run today? We shall see. The good news is you're not at home, right? I feel like that's always a good start for Vladdy, at least this year. That's a good question, Slack. I've seen outfield assists before. That's it. There seems like there could be an edge in that market if that exists. A pitcher that allows a lot of pull against like a lefty or righty split with a bunch of lefty or righties in the projected lineup. Don't hate that. All right, he got out of the inning, but Nationals have Wood. They got top of the order coming up next. And I still don't think the Phillies are dead here. So, I mean, over 3.5 does not seem like it's something that's too crazy to me. Over 3.5, over 6.5, over 3.5 is what we have for the Yankees to score. I don't mind. There's a few different people, and I know we just talked about it recently too. With Dry said it, but man, we see Aaron Nola's under 17.5 outs. That is not something I'm hating today, guys. He's not. When they are hitting him, it is hard. Like 2 or 3 of these outs have literally been to the warning track. Which isn't good. If I just had to specify for the people. My Discord is. Can you guys do you hear a bunch of notifications? Because my Discord's going crazy and it's not even open. That's a little alarming. Incoming ass beating to the Phillies. Am I the? I mean, I'm just rooting for runs here, so don't get me wrong. But am I the only one that thinks that this is not like just a done deal? This Nationals team, as much as I like watching them and they're exciting, I've watched enough of them this year and followed them enough that it's not over until it's over with them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's most likely over, but you know what I mean. All right, Alex Bohm at the plate. If the Blue Jays decide to go on vacation, I think the team that's just the most electric team in baseball right now might be the team. The Red Sox. You'd have to pain yourself to do it, but hey. Yeah, he was 17.5 pregame, though, right? Noah's outs. All right, Bohm gets on. How many runs do... probably 2. I mean, he's not a guy that they're going to pitch super, super deep into the game either, so you always have that. I think Alvarez will have... What does he have for strikeouts right now, right? He has 2. I think I said... or I guess earlier, not... But I think that he's a guy that can get some swings and misses, but ultimately I do think the Phillies can hit him. All right, let's get this back to a normal size because we got another game going, or it's about to get going. You gotta love just editing on the fly, huh? Oh, I missed that out. Oh, he roped one. Did they turn 2 on that? That's a play by Vivas. Holy. Even in slow motion, that looked like he ripped it. See, but again, if we're going to see both these pitchers get hit hard, which it's not just about the box score, right? It's like if they're getting hit hard, things can happen. It's not raining there. I think there's a slight breeze blowing in, so we don't have that, but man. Cubs had a good deadline. This was a really impressive deadline. The Cubs pitching wise, yeah. I mean, that foul ball. If anyone's watching, that foul ball just launched into the field. Thoughts on Skubal about what? I mean, him going to the Dodgers? Yeah. The fact that they got him and Chris Bubik is crazy. And I think he may pitch tomorrow. Yankees game, Yurfie. Do we see it happen, or are you calling your shot there, Frankie? Okay, looks like zeros. Oh, it just started, yeah. I don't mind that. Maybe you tell me it's the Yankees, and all of a sudden this thing's looking even better, eh? Did he get him? I do like Alvarez. I don't love him. He's not like a Walber Urena. Walber Urena is probably my favorite guy in, like, if we're talking underrated guys, probably my favorite guy right now, because a lot of people still don't really sit there and act like he's that good. And I'm like, dude, he's good. I guess I'm talking in like in the realm of of you know, like unnamed or untapped into pitchers type of thing. I mean, even yesterday, right? He shut out was it yesterday? Pitched really well against the Brewers, you know, recently. All right, let's see some. They're making, I mean, Alvarez already has only 24. It's not a crazy amount of pitches. That's got to be a hit. That's in the gap. Nope. Yeah, single. Yeah, I mean, it is. I think I even said in my video, I was like, it's just too expensive. It makes sense. Like, and Larry, I'm sure you get it, right? It's like, yeah. But at the same time, a good pitcher against Misarowski is good because it's like, yeah, he's probably going to deal, which he did pitch really well, right? And it's like, that number is crazy. I didn't either. I mean, I'm not saying that would be something that I even like. I didn't consider. If you get there, that's awesome. If you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure to hit that like button. Check out Buckets to Bucks, bucketstobucks.com, link down below in the description. We previewed a little bit of the NFL too earlier. If you're here for that, shout out to you. If not, next time. Yeah, V-Rod says Nola's getting lit up, and it's not even just the home run so far, which obviously those help in terms of making the argument of him getting lit up. But he has 3 outs, or at least 2, I keep exaggerating, where the ball went to the warning track. And there's been a couple foul balls, and I'm like, damn, someone call an ambulance because that fan just got killed. But Alvarez has his curve and even his slider a little bit working. Like, this is almost exactly what we thought he'd do. But this team, one time through the order, okay, fine. Second time through the order, I do think the Phillies will probably hit him a little bit more. Like, just check this out. This is times through the order for Alvarez. This is a new thing we added to Buckets to Bucks. Again, one-stop shop here. That's what we do. Really good one time through the order. Things get real bad next time. So it'll be interesting to see if he keeps it where he is, you know, in terms of second time, first time, all that through the order. Because if he's on one, then he might just be on one, right? Like, he's getting the whiffs, he's getting the swings and misses, but they'll be coming around the mound when they come. Yeah, Frankie, that's a good point. Soriano Soriano, talk about I don't want to say fall from grace. He might even be happy that he got traded. But damn, I mean, he went from people being like shoo-in Cy Young, and then boom, stinks. Under-earned runs is a good look for Walbert Urena a lot. Now, I don't love him pitching, 6, 7 innings too, because even when a guy goes 7 innings, that's the unfortunate. It's like, oh, well, even if he's pitching really well, he might allow like 3 earned through 7 innings. A lot of the time, your team may win that game. You know what I mean? That's still a really good start. Is it as good as 2 or 1 earned? No, I'm not saying he dealt, but like you can lose an under and earned just because the guy pitched too long, and you know that pitching, and we've seen it over and over again. Sometimes it's like just a little bit, and those guys are on base. They're still his runs. Bullpen arm comes in, gets hit up. It can get a little dicey, obviously. Schlittler over 7.5. How many does he have right now? There's 1 out, but I just turned this game on. Did he strike out the first batter, Ghost? Yeah, first 5 team total. I mean, the thing with first 5 team totals too, it's like if you're thinking that this guy is going to, because I guess Larry, what we're talking about would be that kind of wiggle room, right? Those 2.5 versus like the 1.5 in a sense. First 5 team total. Oh wow, Burleson just is that a home run? That was one of the more line drive home runs I've seen. And Timmy, who's in the chat talking about the hoping Schlittler gets rocked so Cease may get some love for the Cy Young. There's a home run. Yeah, my squirrel mentality. I forget what we were talking about before. Essentially, the 2.5 versus 1.5 of the team total. Oh, sorry, the first out. Then wait, he walked the first batter. So is that a 2-run home run? Wow, yeah. Talk about me turning that game on and paying attention. I didn't even look at the base runners or anything. I mean, I saw 2 pitches and Burleson tattooed one. but there's one out. All right, James Wood down 0-2 here to Nola, top 3. Two guys are playing right now. Two guys that I always feel like have the same vibe. Jordan Walker and James Wood. You look at their face and it's like, they might not care about anything. They're so, and I'm saying that in a good way, by the way, like calm, cool, collected. They're both like, you're going to throw me a 100-mile-an-hour pitch? Because I might just hit it 110 off the bat. I'd be sitting there being like, Tigers made a, yeah, that's a weird one. I mean, is that going to be a hit? Yep. James Wood gets on base. Now that was not smacking Nola. That was a dribbler that just got through the gap. But real weird. Like the Tigers, I think we all, I saw the Mize one coming out of nowhere more than the Skubal one. There's been rumors about Skubal being traded. Maybe he wasn't happy. Maybe he was, so on and so forth. But the Mize one, it's like, geez, you kind of talk about selling. Like you sold. Yeah, you did. Yurfie, you called that. Double Yurfie. And now we have Ortiz at the plate here. He already dinged one off of Nola. Does he do it again? Hey, I want to take a little bit of credit here. Credit here. You guys almost bullied me into Yankees first 5 money line. And I said, no, over 3.5 team total. It's 2-0 in the top of the first. I'm glad I stuck to my guns here. Yeah, I mean, they're cooking them so far. There's no outs in the 3rd inning, and they're already averaging 1 run per inning. (3-1) to Ortiz. Then it's Tanya, and then you have Abrams. Whew. Uh-oh, Aaron. Uh-oh, Aaron. Uh-oh, Aaron. Another one to the warning. Just before the warning track, but point still stands. That was to the left field warning track. I bet if we had wind blown out, that one actually might be gone too. Yeah, Schlittler definitely looks off, which, by the way, guys, I don't know if you've heard him talking pressers and stuff. When he has a bad start, and this is not, like this could not happen too, but he comes back pretty freaking tough. Was James Wood just stealing? And he would have been saved by a mile. There's wind blowing out. I mean, it's not shocking to me that Burleson hit the home run. That's what we talked about earlier today. It's why I like, and we don't know how the Yankees are going to do against McGreevy because we haven't seen it yet, but there's wind blowing out to that short porch, if I'm not mistaken, right? It says there's a slight chance for showers in a little bit there at Yankee Stadium. Oh, slight chance. Yeah, 20. That's not that. That ain't nothing, man. Come on. We get something going here. Just don't ground into a double play. Tanya goes out there. Even if he gets out, then you have Abrams up. I don't mind it. But Cam Schlittler only has the 1 out man on first. Already down 2-0. You can't say this is his best start. Rocket Man says, tried to be cute and had Cam to pitch into the 7th. You know what? If he settles down, this is almost better that this is happening in the 1st inning than it is like the 4th. I know that sounds crazy, me being optimistic, and I am. But it's like, we've seen like who just did it? Mackenzie Gore the other day, right? Allowed 3 earned in the first and then pitched 6 more innings after that. Yeah, Frankie says, don't it make you mad when you call something and you don't bet it? Yeah, I mean, and I've had to just get used to that because we talk about so many damn plays every single day. I have to at some point sit there and be like, okay, we're not going to play everything, and, you know, we got to get used to it. Oh, another hit from the Cards. First and second, 1 out. Oh, boy. Aaron Nola's got a man on first and second, 1 out. They're already doing a little bit of a mound visit here. Is there a mercy rule in the MLB? Because the Nats may be about to do it, Wavy. Dwayne says, thanks for the show every day. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in. What'd you get for the team total under? 3.5? Because it's not he's not looking sharp. CJ, bro. Okay. See, like that one I thought he hit to the gap or something. It fouled it off behind him. I have the worst perception of that. Mad Max Scherzer equals perk Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, team total 2.5. That's tough now with 2. I mean, obviously. Still getting used to some of these trades. Like Yankees, Dodgers are odds-on favorite, obviously. Reed Detmers is gone. Yeah, I mean, they sold everyone but Urena, huh? I forgot about the Detmers one. Aaron Nola's already thrown 55 pitches. That might be a double play. Nope. Okay. Moved 1 runner over. James Wood is on third now, but there's 2 outs. Ruiz is up, though. I don't know what just happened to the Yankees play, but that was wild. Jazz Chisholm did Jazz Chisholm things, and I think it actually worked out and lucked out. They got out of it. That's not like the worst. If you're on the Yankees, I mean, we have their team total over, so I don't really care what the Cards do. But I don't think that was the worst. I mean, he pitched a decent amount and didn't look all that sharp, but the Yankees can make that back up. Watch them score 2 runs off McGreevy here, and then people are going to be like, oh, Cam Schlittler versus McGreevy? I'd still take Schlittler because he'll probably settle in. I don't know why I'm defending the Yankees. Ghost says, hey, how are you? Good, how are you? Hey, how are you? Is that true, Villa? Everybody in the Red Sox bullpen throws a hundo? That's sweet. I don't think it's everybody, but man. Alec Burleson, is he back up? Wait, is that must be lagging, right? Why does it say Burleson's at bat? He grounded out. Okay. No, Nola got out of dodge there, fellas. That was a sticky one, and he did not. 3-0 after 3 still is okay, but he got out of dodge there, man. Dude, the Eric Miller, the guy they got, is real good. X Ghost says, like what you did with Buckets, Buck's been cashing for me lately. I love to read that. I mean, actually, I love that. I think we did if I do say so myself, did a fantastic job with it. And it's not even it's what we just have done, right? Like we still are building it every single day. That's taken up a lot more time than, I mean, it's just fun for me to work with the team and build and stuff like that and do things. Like I've learned a lot building it. It's just real fun to do. If you guys haven't checked it out, bucketsbucks.com. I will take every chance I can to promo that bad boy. Less than 50 cents a day for the best MLB research tool in the market. Seriously. Garcia to hit a bomb the first game. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind it. Yankees team total over 3.5. I'm not going to sit here and mind it. I mean, you guys saw how Burleson, that ball came off his bat, a line drive right over the short porch. I mean, he hit it hard. Let's be real, right? But McGreevy, if he gives up some contact, he has the struggles against lefties, and I'm a McGreevy guy, right? Would not be surprised if we see that. Damn, love that ghost. Good for you. Dry says, you think Nola pitches into the 6th inning? That's tough. He's already thrown, what, 60, around 6, near 60 pitches? I doubt it. All right, let's get some runs out of the Phils, huh? Good contact there. Who was that? I don't know who hit that, but into the gap. As long as both these pitchers are getting, like, hit, and I don't mean hit like hits against, like, as long as they're making contact, I think it's a like kind of a dam break with these two guys. Yeah, Eric Miller he walks a lot of batters, but he's a lefty specialist, which is great too. Like having a guy, and they needed a lefty. I mean, yeah, a lefty bullpen arm was needed there, and a guy that throws heat, and also his heat is a sinker. He barely gets hard contact with it, which is impressive. Did Grisham just hit one? Warning track. There's been so many warning tracks. Our plays would be like over now, or I mean, not actually, but damn. But see, I think that might happen a couple times here with McGreevy and lefties. Like Ben Rice at the plate now. Yikes, Michael. If Grisham's hitting pop flies that go to the warning track, then I don't think it's that improbable that we see someone like, Ben Rice go out there and do his damn thing. Is the Cards game in a delay? Am I watching like I don't think so. I mean, I'm watching it. Imagine I was just watching like the last time they played against one another. I'd feel like such an idiot. That's gotten me before, by the way. Wow, a sliding catch by Young in the outfield. That could have been a hit. That was to end the third. Wasn't that hard of a play, but it was a nice play. Give him something to hit, Michael. Nope. Fouls it off. He's putting up an at-bat. Just getting the MLB logo like on the app or something. I'm watching on my computer. I'm not on the TV right now. But they are, yeah, they're going. But yeah, the red socks in 2 is what we call it around here. I mean, and it's just like, say I didn't watch, and say I'm catching a part that I didn't see the night before or something like that. I've been like, oh, here we go. And I'm like, wait a second, what's going on here? Oh, they're in a delay. If I'm just, not paying attention, I guess. Ben Rice is putting up an at-bat, but you know what? I'm not going to lie. Like, it's kind of like Michael McGreevy's putting up an at-bat. Wow, 37 deals were made before today's trade deadline. I'm wondering if that includes like a week ago in like Mead and School Bull, you know what I mean? Audio's kind of low. Can you guys hear me okay? It might be me, but sometimes it's also YouTube. If you just refresh the stream, it might fix it. That does happen though sometimes. Did you refresh? I don't even know if I did anything. Another foul ball from Ben Rice. Jeez. Is that right, Larry? Arnold looks like he's got a little pep in his step now. And Ben Rice, foul ball. This isn't crazy at bat. It's too early in the game for this. I feel bad for Michael McGreevy at this point. Lyle, who already has the home run, right? Sees, oh my God, that was ripped. I'm telling you, if they didn't have these nets up at Citizens Bank Park, there'd be some bloody noses in the crowd because these guys are fouling things off like you read about. Holy, man. Ahmad says, I like the Nerfy and the Giants and Rangers. I actually don't mind that. I didn't mind the first three. I didn't pull the trigger on it, but I don't mind the idea of the Nerfy there. What'd you get for a price? Let's see. McGreevy after his like ninth pitch, and then wow, that's a win for McGreevy. Ben Rice flew out to what, shortstop? Here we go. Garcia's making his Yankees debut here. First at bat. Let's see what he's got. Wait, it is his debut, right? Yes. His belt is still red. Yeah, that the under and Cam's under is looking pretty good. He does not look like the Cam Slittler that we know. Oh, he missed one. He flew out to mid to deep center, but he missed it. That would have been cool for him to do right away. All right, no runs from the Yanks. They did not put up much of a fight. Now we'll see if Schlittler is, locked in or not. One out in the, we're flipping back over to the Phillies game here. One out. Nola is still struggling. Well, maybe not, I guess. No one's on one out, top four. He just missed that, Curtis. There's a couple different plays already in 2 games we're watching now that they've just been missed. I'm not sunburned. My ears might look red, but they're just red. Gets warm in this room. I mean, if Schlittler looks good in this inning, I would not count the Yankees out. But you also kind of thought you were getting a better Cam than you got now if you back the Yankees pregame, right? So it's not like it's, Wow, they're showing a cheesesteak place in this Philly game. What's the name of this place? It looks unreal. Is it called Cheesesteaks? Cheesesteaks is the name of this place? Wow, in a city that has so much like Angelo's, and that place just opens a place called Cheesesteaks? That's crazy. Phillies look chopped. We'll see. They don't look great, but Alvarez is that an out? Alvarez is a guy that, once they start seeing him, like, and again, second time through the order, we'll start to see. They do definitely need some help. this game. Hey, Dylan Cease, I mean, I'm a big Dylan Cease guy. Haven't liked him as much since being in Toronto, but I loved him when he was younger and with the White Sox. I think for that over, though, and we have the alt, right, at 6.5, but we need to see a little bit of action here out of the Phillies for sure. Because getting Alvarez out of the game and allowing, us to the Phillies bats to be able to rain terror on that bullpen, that's kind of the key. Because that's not a good Nats bullpen. Even when they're fully good to go, not taxed or anything, not a good bullpen. Still a lot of ball left. You're right. I don't think I'm sitting here and out on this over or anything like that. But I mean, you probably would like to see them not be getting pitched well against in a sense. But Aaron Nola has 4 strikeouts as well, and he's allowed 1 million home runs already. Cam Schiller is still in kind of a tough, he's at 35 pitches, no outs, second inning, 2-2 count. I've seen a couple foul balls already. 3-2 count. He doesn't have his best stuff here. Top of the order's coming up in that game pretty soon for him too. Yikes. All right, Nola just walked. What the heck? I hate when guys do. I mean, this is such an old man yelling at the clouds. But okay, what's his name just walked? Was it Nunez Young? Who was that? I didn't see who walked. And he walks all the way over to the bench across the plate. He's a lefty. He walks all the way over to give his pads and all that. And it's like, jeez. Or was that a strike? Did they call a strike out there? What just happened? No, a walk. Yeah, see, that's crazy. Oh my God, Young just missed one. That was a meatball. 91 right down right in the, you could see it on the little graphic here. He just barely missed it, turning on that. Yeah, Dennis, we got football. We got such big things planned. It's going to be a real good and fun season. Schlittler walked that dude unless I missed a hit. I don't know if Nola's finding the plate either. Maybe the Nats just go and cover the over by themselves. Did Schiller just hit a dude? No, okay, I thought he did. The Yankees game is about this big on my screen over there. I can barely see it. Man, the Nats gotta make Nola pay a little bit more for some of these blunders. It's like he has a bad at bat, and then it's like, oh yeah, let's just go and give him a couple foul ball strikes, and then they'll probably swing and miss on this knuckle curve right now. They tried to pick him off instead. Do I think Schlittler can get 6K still? Yeah, I definitely think he can, but he's not pitching well. I think they're about to score another run. So, can he? Sure. Strikeouts probably, if you're looking for him in any sort of good pitching lane right now, it's probably still strikeouts, because I don't necessarily think we have, his under and earn. That's probably already cooked. Over and out's probably not looking all that great. Maybe he can strike out a few more guys, right? Because right now he has what, 1? So that might be the only. Does he even have 1? But you know what I mean? If you're looking to back Schlittler, that might be the only thing that's back a bull. Do they challenge whether or not they got him at first for the pickoff? See, Nola's just getting lucky breaks, man. They might have just picked him off at first. No, he's safe. He's got to be safe. Schlittler's missing, man. Wow, they called him out. End of the inning for them. That's a little wild. That did not seem like it was irrefutable or anything. All right, let's see if we can get some action, though, out of the Phillies. It'd be nice to see them contribute to an over here. Because it definitely feels like, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but it feels like we hit a little bit of a lull in that game for certain. Feel like things were cruising, then all of a sudden it's like, you know what? We'll hit the brakes. Aaron Nola's getting a little bit more lucky here, which that's part of it. I'm not trying to sit here and act like it's like lucky. Oh, that's BS. No, luck is a huge part. Man on second, no outs, 3-0 here for Schlittler. All I want is 4 runs from the Yankees. I don't even know if that's a thing that's going to happen yet. What else is everyone sweating? Now we got Pittsburgh, Milwaukee starting up. Anyone have anything going on in that game? Damn, even that. I mean, that was a sinker right down the middle that Schlittler just threw. Look at that. Sproat under and outs? Don't hate that. I think he was priced like he's a lot better than he actually is today in terms of where the Brewers were, but I do get it with Bubba Chandler not always having the best control or anything like that. I don't know if they got him at first in that pickoff, but hey, it is what it is. We got Schwarber. He's leading things off here, so we got Schwarber. We'll go Schwarber, Harper, Bohm. This is the time. Let's see the Phillies lock in. Just give me some runs. I know some of you guys are on the Nats, so I don't want them to score too much. I get it. But I just want some runs. Some Cool Whip. Kyle Schwarber. Ooh, that was a big cut. Schwarber, I barely know her. Brewers, Dodgers, Astros. Don't hate that, Dakota. I already took the Astros. They're one of my plays tonight, as are the Giants. And as is Taylor Walls under hits, runs, and RBIs. But I kind of didn't really, and I talked about it in the slate, the video today. I did not love what we were getting out of this slate. Tomorrow's a little bit better. I mean, I'm excited for a potential Scooble, right? We might see him star, which would be kind of cool. Schwarber struck out. See, Alfred, this damn slider I was telling you could be a problem. We need to see him get hit. Because if things start going bad, they can go bad. Did Chandler walk someone? Did he? Oh, Chandler's walk. That's what you have. Okay. Let's see if Harper can give us some offense here. Jeez. He is dropping that slider everywhere he wants it right now. By the way, Brandon Sproat's throwing things all over the place. Wow, look at the next pitch that pops up here on this game. I said he's dropping it. Oh, that's a generous green dot, by the way. I said he's dropping the slider everywhere, and he threw it like 5 feet in front of the plate. Sproat with a walk there. Alvarez is pitching well. Yeah, I like the Rockies in my video, but I don't like that they just traded Sensatella. I think he's a really good arm. I kind of feel like Alex Boehm's going to put one out here, and then it breaks the dam of Alvarez. As he... Ooh, was that not a strike? Got lucky there. That was a sweet curve. Got the top of the zone. Oh my God, did I just call it? Damn it. Warning track yet again. Warning track yet again. It's looking a little bit better now, Ro, after we've seen the Nationals and Phillies cool off. Cam Schlittler is not out of Dodge yet. Jordan Walker at the plate. 1-2 count. 2-2 count. First and second. 1-0. Whew. Wow, Brandon Sproke got out of that one. Not the best inning from him. Yeah, Cam Schlittler, am I right? This is not a typical start of him. I think we know that. He just made Jordan Walker look foolish, though. Another strikeout. Wow. I still don't know if he has the longevity, but this Cardinals team, I mean, they will chase. They don't really strike out all that much against righties, though, but they definitely strike out less against lefties. Cam Schlittler's a righty. I'd probably prefer, if I mean, not ragging on you guys for having the over, but I don't think I love the over in strikeouts. What is it, 6.5, 5.5, 6.5? Depending on what it is, I guess. What does he need, 3 more? It's definitely doable. When you're getting swings like that, Burleson just swung at a terrible pitch. I like Burleson. 0-2 count. Maybe Schlitter gets another one here. We'll see. Lewis, I think it's that because the Cubs have, I mean, the Dodgers haven't been playing the best, but Matthew Boyd's been pretty good, so that might be what's going on. I still did lean Dodgers, but I get it, man. I get why someone may be off that, or, I didn't roll with it, so I can't speak in all confidence. Whoa. Looks like they thought that was a inning ender. Wells and Schlittler both started walking to the dugout. That was catcher's interference in the Washington game. They didn't call that. Interesting. Let's get some more runs, man. We'll probably stay alive for another 10, 15, but I want some runs. I think Schlittler might just got another strikeout. Wow, he's battling back. Jeez. Yankees got to walk Madam Zeroni up the hill. That's got to be a hit. Yep, okay. Hit for the Nationals, but Nola's been lucking out of these. Exco says you adding betting splits to the software. It's something that we're trying to source, but I kind of talked about this a little bit before too. It is, hey, that's a walk for Bubba Chandler, first batter of the game, huh? It is very important to me to find it from a correct source. There's tons of alleys to get it from, public data, but it's like, why source the recreational numbers? That does not tell people or help people as much. So I would even say if you're getting it now, try and do some research as to where you're getting it from. Because what's the point of seeing those splits if it's coming from, like, say, non-books that take sharp action? It's almost like counterintuitive. Something you don't think about much, but it is important to think about it that way. So yes, but it's going to be a little bit longer than you think. And I just told you he's been getting out of it. Double play. Next pitch from Nola, double play. And it was James Wood too. Come on, man. That might have been the easy. I think I could have turned that double play. One sheet says you'll be adding NFL. Yeah, actually, earlier in the stream, we went through and gave a preview of the NFL, but also on the site right now, there is a tab where you can see some of the features that we've screenshotted. You can't like interact with it or anything, but go check it out, bucketsbucks.com. In the menu, right, like one of the top menu items, it says NFL. You can click the preview now just to see, and it's just a little bit of what we're adding. Like we're adding so much more, and anything we have for MLB or NBA and stuff we'll have for NFL, but I wanted to give a little bit of an insight to some of the filters and stuff like that. So yeah, that'll be coming. It's going to be great. Like I think great. Great. All right, Nola. I mean, watch. Now we're going to see Ortiz do something. He's going to, fly out to the warning track like it's been doing? Jeez. Let's see. Spencer Jones here at the plate against McGreevy. We got to get some offense out of the Yankees for the parlay, and that was a huge cut, and he missed. A slider. He just barely missed it, but that was kind of a hung one. He's not going to be going back to that much. I mean, he did whiff on it, so maybe he will. Change up. Safe? Oof, close. I told you, it was a fly out to the warning track. It's literally what's happening. There has been, 4 warning track flyouts now in that Phillies game. And we were cruising. Now I don't know how we feel about the over. What's our temperature gauge on the over? Of course, man, Bones. Hell yeah. I love that. Send me an email, guybostonvideo@gmail.com. I'd love to check out your stuff. All right, let's see. Now we have another lefty. McGreevy's going to have to, at some point, things start to break him down, right? We've seen a lot of contact. Grisham almost hit a home run, so there's another warning track flyout. Come on now. Let's get something going here. Jason Dominguez. 3-0. Just put him in on, put the pressure on. Took one right down the middle. I mean, I feel like I'm swinging for the fences on a 3-0 count. Jorge, come on. I said temperature gauge. Not ruin our day. Gotta keep the positive vibes going. 3-2 count just like that. And he dropped the bat. That's not a good look, man. If you swing out of your shoes and drop your bat, get the guy out of here. Strategy said he'll definitely tap in for NFL buckets. Yeah, the price may go up though, so I've been telling people, and I mean, again, I'm just keeping it honest. And he just watched one down the dick, and he struck out 3-0 to 3 straight pitches getting out. The price may go up, but if you get in earlier than when the price goes up, then you keep that. You're grandfathered in whatever price you ever get in at. All right, here's the inning. 2-0 count. De La Cruz, he had a home run the other day, right? He's up against Alvarez. It's the 5th inning. This one, Alvarez is going to start to break down a little bit, right? He's going to go 3rd time through the order at some point. Come on, man. 3-0 count. He's taking deep breaths. No, you tap him wherever you want to tap in. I'm not forcing anyone's hands here. 4 pitches, walking the first batter of the inning. You love to see it. Let's put a little pressure on them. The Phillies get things going, then the Nationals will feel the pressure. And then they'll make them score more runs on this side because they need to. Then they'll score a bunch more runs, and then they'll score more runs. It's easy, guys. It's easy, guys. It's just runs. How hard can it be? You know what I'm saying? But we'll probably be live for another 5-10 minutes or so. Let's see if we can see one more at least run or something coming in one of our games. Red Sox, White Sox tomorrow. There's 2 Sox playing. I mean, I do like Davis Martin. I think it's Sandoval listed as a starter for the Red Sox tomorrow. I don't love that, but this team is like, it's the freight train logic. I've been telling you guys that. It doesn't mean you have to take them, but I don't know if I want to get in front of the Red Sox right now. Yeah, the Yankees kind of worried. They're not looking like they're doing much here, but again, maybe McGreevy starts getting, whacked around a little bit. All right, guys, just a few more minutes. Get your last minute questions in if you are wondering anything or anything about buckets or anything like that, guys. Let me know in the chat here. We'll be jumping off in just a second. It's been a nice live sweat. We've been live for, almost 3 hours now? It's a decent amount of time, but we're going to keep going. As we do more and more of these live streams, we'll keep staying live a little bit longer, but just not today. We got a lot to do. I'm not done my work day. We got to get NFL ready for buckets. I'm telling you guys, it takes up a lot of time. But you'll be damn glad that I am putting on these hours once it comes out. You know what I'm saying? That was a crazy play. Stott just made a pretty... No, who was that? Second baseman for the Nats was... Yeah, the Phillies are batting. Wow, okay. That's pretty sick by Nunez. Didn't get the double play, though, so that's good. Hell yeah, Corey. More 4+ homers for the Red Sox yesterday? Hell yeah, wow. This team has been awesome. Yeah, they're hanging a juice strikeout line for Skubal. I mean, makes sense. And it's either going to be one of those games where it's like, oh, we pitch him for 4 innings, let him acclimate, or he goes out there and deals. I feel like there's no middle ground with that type of a thing, but that just seems like they're begging you. And maybe it's just me as a baseball fan. I'm excited just to watch him pitch for the Dodgers just in general. Do you know what I mean? So I don't need to be like, oh, he's definitely going to have 8 strikeouts. 8 strikeouts is a lot. I don't care who you are. Schlittler's starting to settle down. By the way, there is a pitcher in the pen here. Who was it, Alvarado, in the pen for the Phillies. So we may not be seeing Nola come back out. Right now he's pitched, 15 outs? So we'll see. Shout out to Ronald. I'm shouting out all the chat. You don't have to go. You don't have to give me $100. Come on. Get down. All right. Oh, he stayed up at second. Okay, 1 out, first and second there. Yeah, that was nice. You gotta love seeing that. All right, 1 out, first and second. Can't complain too much about that. Let's see some offense here. We wind down the stream. It's a perfect time. It's a lull, then it's boom, smack him. The Yankees still have me worried, though. What are we sweating the 6.5 for if the Yankees can't put up anything other than a goose egg? Not too much, Lex. It's like the one guy they traded for today. I don't have too much of a... I didn't really look into it because then we started streaming, but I don't know too much about him. I could lie here and be like, oh, I know this and blah, blah, blah. I don't know too much about him. And is this a double play to end the inning? Yep. All right. Maybe us getting off is immediately going to be what happens, okay? Maybe that's going to be what happens, and all of a sudden things start turning our way. So we will close down the stream. I do appreciate everyone tuning in, guys. I'm thinking we'll be back tomorrow as well, but like I tell you, keep an eye either on the post page here on YouTube or join the Discord. That link will be down below in the description. We'll post there, but also we'll mention in tomorrow's video in the morning if we are going to be live or not. I think we will, but I just don't want to make a promise that my ass can't cash. You know what I mean? But we'll catch you guys in the next one. Really do appreciate it, right? Peace out.